Hello, my name is Hannah, and today we're building another apartment, and I don't exactly remember most of what happened when I was building it. I remember building it. I just don't remember, I know it took longer than average for my builds. It took like 35-ish minutes, which is actually quite good for an apartment because usually I can't even get to that 30-minute mark. Usually I'm at 22 minutes. I'm like, oh my god, how do I make it longer? Because at 22 minutes you'd only be able to like speed it up by like 200% ish. And so then it's awkward, one, because then it's really slow, but then also because then either it's going to be awkwardly slow or I can't talk for as long, and I already have issues talking over the length that I have already because I have it set, and then I talk, and then I end somewhere in the couple minutes around where it looks like it ends, which is fine because I can make it shorter, make it longer, somewhere around there. But if it's already too short, I cannot make it longer. And so that's with a lot of my apartments, I try and make shorter, or like my voiceovers shorter. I like try and end around the time because I cannot make it much longer without it looking dumb, because 200% I just think looks really stupid because it's not that much sped up, but you can tell it's sped up, but it's like awkwardly sped up. So I try not to make it any less than like 250, which sometimes I do have to do, but it's very weird. But I was thinking about it, and the first ever the first ever video that I recorded, not the first one on my YouTube channel, I think I posted them out of order. I honestly don't know why I did that, but it was the first, the little blue starter home was the first one that I ever filmed, and it was the first one I ever built considering putting it up on my YouTube channel, that I had like not even started at that time, I'm fairly positive. Like I hadn't even created a YouTube channel, but I had like all of my recording stuff, and I was like, okay, I can do this, but I hadn't really put anything together yet. That video is only sped up by like 200%. I'm fairly positive that the editing software I had at the time of me making that only allowed you to go like 100, 200, 300, 400 kind of stuff. And so I'm fairly positive it's only sped up by 200%, which I thought is very strange because it's not that small of a build compared to some, like, you know, the micro homes that I've built. But it's not that big, but it's also not that small, so I thought it was strange that it's like a normal length of the video. I honestly don't know how long it is, but I'd say it's not too bad. But it's only 2 times sped up, so that means I didn't spend that long on it. But I also have like a thing where I made like all of I build very quickly, and so I've been trying to like slow myself down. It's not working like perfectly, because I do still build quite fast, and especially when it's small, or like apartments still have that issue when it's not long enough. But it was just really strange to look at it and like have it be 200% sped up, which is not that much with like the stuff that I build now, especially around that size. And I'll have like videos now that I have to speed up by like 800-900% because I've just built for so long. Like, granted, those are much bigger houses, but like the one that I built like on the like lot in Willow Creek, it was recently one of the bigger houses. It was a suburban house. That video sped up by like 700% because it took me so long to build. But like, it's a normal suburban house. Like, it's not a mansion. Like, a lot of my mansion houses are built they're like sped up more, but like it's not that much more. Usually I cut like out stuff with those videos because you kind of have to, or you're gonna like talk for like 15 minutes, which I've done before. I have made 15-minute voiceovers. I have made like, I think my longest like 16 and a half minutes long, and that was a struggle. On that one I had to do it twice. Really hated myself after that one because I didn't press record, which happened a lot at the time when I was building, when I had that one. Now I would just speed it up more and call it good because I'm not doing that again. But I didn't press record the first time, and so I had to do it twice. But I just fully was like, no, we're taking a break. And I took a break of like 2-3 days after that one. I was like, no. And I just did not feel like recording that voiceover again because I was talking about like haunted houses or something in that video, or like something like that. I remember that because I talked about it twice, and so it was a lot. But you know, it's just very weird to like think about my past videos and like all of that stuff, the growth right there. But that's like about it for the apartment. So we're gonna move on to a couple things that I've done this week. The first thing is we oxidized copper in chemistry class. I was fully forgetting what class that was. It's quite obvious what class you'd oxidize copper in, but we're doing something. I honestly don't know which part is oxidizing copper. The sub, our long-term sub, still doesn't teach very well. He's fine. I've gotten enough out of his teachings, but I'm still just like, which part of this is the oxidation? And so we put it in like an acid. We put like copper beads. They were like little circles or something like that into some, what he called acid. Is it acid? I wouldn't know. I'm fairly positive he's not wrong though. But we put it in there. I'm not really sure, but he was like talking about how we had to put it under the vent hood because it like released like NO2 or something, I think something like that. And so he was like, yep, we'll put it under vent hood so we all don't die. I'm not sure how big of an exaggeration that was. Not sure. We'll see. But we have kids in our class that are like, haha, we'll just like, smell like that, and so we don't have to go to English class kind of thing. Which is great. Really fun. They do that every single time we do a lab. So it's strange, but we were playing with like the chemicals and all of that stuff, and he was like, don't get in on your shirt, and because if it's not gonna like burn a hole like immediately, but he was talking about how once you put it through the wash, like the water mixing with like the acid will make a hole, which I thought was cool, because then more chemistry stuff, you just get to do it at home. I did not spill any acid on myself, and we have no holes in my clothes, but I guess we'll figure that one out. But I honestly don't know what I was wearing on Friday, which is the day that we did that, and so we'll see. If I have any mysterious holes, I will update you, but the laundry is currently actually going right now, so not really sure, but we'll see. I will probably talk about that if I did make holes in my clothes, but I doubt it because I don't remember spilling anything on myself. Because it'd still be wet looking on my clothes and stuff like that. So I think it's fine, but we'll see. But then we're also playing with lye. I shouldn't say playing, but that's what he says. He says we're playing with chemicals, so it's just kind of catching on. But we're using lye on Monday because he's been like slowly working us up, because he was like, cannot make you use the dangerous chemicals while I know you're just going to mess with them, because the first lab that we did, I think it was just food coloring in water, and we were doing something with that, and I think one kid spilled it like all over the floor, which is fine because it's food coloring in water, but he was like, yeah, we can't do that when you're like doing stuff with like actual chemicals, because that would be bad for you and the floor probably. And so he's just been doing a bunch of labs recently to get us like up to this point, so we're gonna see if anything bad happens on Monday. I'm assuming not, but we do have a very kind of chaotic class sometimes, so we'll see. But I'm hoping not, because lye is not the funnest chemical to have all over your skin, so I'm not sure what the lye does either. He gave us a random packet that doesn't even have the correct instructions on how to do the lab, so not really sure. Couldn't tell you. It looks cool. It turned the water, the copper, and whatever the acid, it turned blue. I don't know. It was pretty fancy though. So I thought that was fun, but pretty eventful. But we're gonna see more of that on Monday, and I'll probably talk about it again. Also, I have a showcase kind of thing coming up for cheer. It's at a different high school, and it's like a yearly thing where we perform all of the like cheer and dance like people I think perform, I believe, and so I'm looking forward to this. But like my parents, or like my mom, wanted to invite my grandmother, but like I'm only going to be performing for like 2 minutes, if that. And it's like a whole repeat of when I did competitive cheer. That was a whole thing right there, because I would be like performing it for like 3 minutes, and then we'd have to wait like 6 hours in the like competition arena, so it was a lot. But we didn't want to invite my grandmother because it would be just a bunch of sitting there waiting and stuff for just me for a couple minutes, so that's fine. But we show a bunch of videos, and so it's all good. But I'm looking forward to that. We've been working on a lot. It's the same routine as our homecoming routine. It's slightly like the itsiest bit different. But I've got it down like entire like memory. I do it like all of the time when I'm not like paying attention to myself. And I'll just like walking around, I'll just like kind of do my routine. It's really great. I haven't done it at school, which is quite good because that's kind of awkward if you're just like in a cheer doing it at school. But it's mostly at my house. Like I'll be like putting away my clothes and I'll just like start doing it. It's really funny. But I think I'm fully prepared. I can assume that I will be just fine. But that's a lot of people, and my body doesn't like people. My brain doesn't like people. I don't like people. So we'll see. But homecoming was a bunch of people that I know. I'm assuming I won't know that many people at this like event, so I think it'll be better. So looking forward to that. But that's about it for this video. So it is almost screenshots time. But subscribe if you did like today's video if you want to see more like this. But I do post 4 videos a week, so you can watch another video next time. Bye!